Hey guys, and welcome to a review and a close-up look of my custom e-bike. So probably if you're looking at this bike and looking under all this stuff, you probably really realize this is some sort of old downhill bike. And you're right. So this right here is a Santa Cruz bullet bike from around mid-2000s. I don't know exactly. It's kind of hard to find details about bikes that old. Also, as you might maybe spot it or not, but this bike is so old, it has V-backs at the back of it. Cool, huh? No. Now let's take a closer look at the front of the bike, and we'll go from the front to the back. So first, front of the bike, we have massive 203mm rotor brakes. However, the caliper is made for 160mm. So there's a massive adapter making all this work. Also at the front we have a Marzocchi downhill bike that I have no idea how heavy it is, but it's ridiculously heavy. When I first bought the bike, it's super front heavy. Also at the front and rear, we have these nice Mavic old school DE, I believe, Max tubeless downhill wheels, which are very strong. They're very nice and very yellow, as you can see, which is, 5 extra horsepower or whatever you say, 5 extra kilowatts. Also, we have these nice Schwalbe Moto X tires. Fun fact, these tires are rated for 50 kilometers per hour, which is very cool if you're going that fast. Obviously, I'm not. Next up, we have this amazing Mudguard, which I obviously didn't make myself. Of course I did. It's very difficult to find a nice Mudguard, so I made this concoction up from what does it say here? It's some sort of a RRP. I don't know. You can buy this from, like, I think Evans Cycles or something. And I made it. I sort of cut them up, made it a bit longer. It still gets sprayed all in my face. It's very annoying, but hope in the future I can make a video when I find the right mudguards. That would be really awesome. Next up, we come to this nice shiny headlight. This headlight here, I call it the FU light. This light is rated for 30 watts of power. It is really seriously bright, like really bright. I work, part-time doing delivery in Uber Eats, and before, with those normal bicycle lights, the car drivers don't care about you. They don't see you, they don't care. So I got this light. So now, so that they can't see my face, but they can see a really bright light in their face. Awesome, right? So next up, we move into the cockpit. As you can see, this is some sort of old fun handlebar. I mean, it does a job, right? We have egg rider. Fun fact, I used to have the original, BBSHD LCD, but I opened it, I didn't reseal it, and then rain happened and then it burned. This means if I have egg rider, I can upgrade my controller and make this bike even faster, because why not? I also have quad lock for my phone. Awesome thing, not plugging it, but it's been working for like, what, 6 months? It's awesome. We also have these nice vintage, I don't know, old, really manky, dirty skull grips. I mean, they did the job, but I would love to change them for something else, but they did the job. We have some nice, what are they? Oh my god. I think, oh, these are Clark's S2 vintage hydraulic disc brake levers. I don't know, they work, but they're not the best quality, but it's the job. And now we go where all the fun starts, huh? So right here we have a Bafang BBSHD. This one is programmed for its basically maximum controller power. So this means it can run 1700 watts. Right here is one of my second battery. My first one goes down here. So the one that's supposed to be here is a Samsung 52 volt 30Q something 15 watt hour, I think 15 amp hour battery. Who cares, right? It's a battery, it does a job. This one is a Panasonic one. It has 17.5 watt hours. That's a job. As you can see right here is a bit of a mess. This is my cable job. So you probably are thinking, what the hell is this cable? This is how I turn my headlight, because ghetto as hell, right? No, but it's hard to get. I mean, when you have 30 watts and you have a massive battery, you can't just buy a normal switch. You have to buy I can't remember. Expensive. It's an expensive switch you have to buy. So I haven't done it yet. Maybe in the future video. Could be. Also right here is something that I want to replace ASAP. It's a Fox DH50. Basically, it's an air shock that constantly leaks air, which means that the whole bike just sags and makes my ride very uncomfortable. It's done the job so far. Just keep pumping it up like every day. So first mod, a spring coiled suspension. That'll be all. Next up, this is like the best seat ever. Joking. So this is a funny story. This is a decathlon. I think I'm not saying that right. It's a German sports direct. This actually I bought this in Germany on my trip on a holiday. As you can see, it's taped up with gaffer tape because I had this bike in storage and another bike just keeps scratching it and keep cutting the seat. But in all honesty, this is a really comfortable seat. I wish it was maybe more flat. But you know, it's big, keeps my ass, you know, nice and comfortable, and it was really cheap, like pretty good deal. I like it. Also, how can I forget to plug in this massive, you know, FU lock? This is a Kryptonite New York. This is basically the biggest lock you can get. This lock is actually made for scooters and water, I think ski jets, what are they called? It's like 3 kilos, I believe, 2.5 kilos. It's really heavy. It does the job though. You know, nobody will ever try to cut it into it because it's probably impossible. But yeah, it's really big. It's really badass, really heavy, awesome stuff. Next up, we have the back of the bike. So, the back of the bike is interesting. As you can see, this whole thing here is really weird. Very, you know, early 2000s, crazy design, weird linkage. What does this mean? It means that getting a mudguard is very difficult, and you need a mudguard, you know, when you work in the rain. And I mean, if you just want to cycle to work and it's raining, right? You want to be dry, right? Yeah. So as you can see, I made something up. This is my third sort of try at making something work. I actually have an idea. I have a new mudguard coming in, so maybe a new video as well. Because it's a bit, yeah. Also, right here we have a very old 160mm rotor, disc rotor. I don't know how old it is. I mean, actually, fun fact: this bike, when I bought this in May, used, it was in storage for I believe 8 years, and the bike still hasn't gone to service. So it's a pretty strong bike, you know. Next up we have the amazing Clark disc brakes, you know, that did the job. They have ceramic pads in them, so they last very long. Awesome stuff. So now we're on to the drivetrain. As you can see right here, I'm rocking the original OG BBSHD, I think they call it the flower chainring. If you know anything about these and people say they're bad, it's pretty bad. My chain has fallen off many times because of the way the teeth are like this rather than straight, so the chain just keeps wobbling. I actually just ordered a 42 teeth like Lecky copy chainring, so hopefully that will solve all the problems with chain coming off, and also it should give me more torque. So cool stuff, huh? I'm rocking the original what are they called? What is this called? This thing, the arm. I'm rocking the original ones from the kit. They're both bent on both sides because I've fallen off the bike a few times, mainly because of the tires. But I'm rocking some amazing downhill pedals, which are really nice. Right, now we're moving on to the back of the bike, which is basically the saddest part of this bike. I'm running, what is it, Shimano Tiagra. I bought this from like a second-hand bike shop just to make sure this works. I don't really use the speeds, the cassette, because this doesn't really work really well. Also because of my gear sensor and the way everything here is, the geometry and how the cables are run, it makes everything very difficult. My dream is to go single speed, like that'll be dream, and plus the chain line will go up much higher, up to here, make the bike much safer. Also, as you can see, my bike, because of the age, it's running just a normal bolt rather than, you know, axle, through axle, which is, you know, concerning if you want to go a little bit faster, a lot more power. Maybe it could potentially break off or twist. Also, I'm running the same Schwalbe tire at the back. These tires are good. This tire is now at about 3,000 miles, I believe. However, in the wet, it's a slick tire. It's very dangerous. I would recommend these tires. It's a nice tire, but I wish there was an option for a tire that is better for the wet. That's also this stick, because this tire is 2.4 inches wide, which is really, really wide. And so now we've come into the, you know, sort of a close-up kind of a review of my custom e-bike. As you can see, it's a bit of a mess, but it does a job. It's done, yeah, 3,000 miles now, fairly reliably, apart from snapping a few chains maybe. But I mean, I keep buying half of chains. Maybe that's a problem. I don't know. Maybe not. Also, I am normally running about 1,000 watts of power. Because pedaling this monster is impossible. I mean, it probably weighs like 35 kilos, I would assume, because of just how heavy everything is, the lock, the battery, the frame itself, and the tires, because these are really big chunky tires. But this bike has been very reliable, and I'm very, very fascinated by just how simple it is to, you know, you can just buy an e-bike kit like this one, which is pedal one, from BBSHD, Bafang ones, and you can just slam, you know, put it on an old bike like this, and, you know, I mean, this bike wasn't really a bicycle anyways, it's a downhill bike, and now it just looks like a mini motocross bike, which I think is awesome. And it rides actually just like that. Like, you can actually, because of this angle here, because it's really steep, you can actually go down hills like 30-40 miles per hour. Not that I've done that. And you could let go of the handlebars, and the bike will just go straight. Like, it won't wobble, nothing. It's amazing the way it rides. It's really awesome. Just wish I could either, you know, fix this or replace this with a coil spring to make the ride not uncomfortable, but more how do you say it, constant, because this leaks air. Literally, as you will ride, it will just keep sagging, and the bike will just keep falling together more and more and more until it reach to this point, and then that point it's the bike just collapse together. Yeah, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to make videos where I'm slowly upgrading this bike, because as you know, with any project, you know, the project never ends. It's a never-ending, you know, list of parts you want to buy, but you don't have enough money to buy them. But you dream about the parts, eventually you buy them, and then you think of the next part to buy. Hopefully that happens to me, and I'll come back with my videos for you guys, and hope you find this interesting. If you have any questions, you know, please don't hesitate to ask in the comment section, and I will be, you know, hopefully I can reply to them, and yeah, see you in the next video. Ciao. We have helicopter. We have the helicopter flying on top of a park for some reason. Man, so noisy. Become electric or something. It'd be quieter, you know. All right.